Schwarber is back in South Philadelphia. 5 years, $150 million. He will be hitting Schwarbombs at Citizens Bank Park for the next half decade. This is beautiful. The Phillies didn't sit on their hands. They made sure they got their guy. There really wasn't another scenario where Kyle Schwarber wouldn't be back with the Phillies. The Pirates gave him a dog shit offer. That wasn't an offer. It was a smoke and mirrors. It was a ruse to get their fan base to appear that they are trying, which they're not. They offered him 108, I think. Schwarber ends up with 150. The Mets put their hat in the ring. There's interest on the Mets side. That was a ruse, smoke and mirrors, to jack up the price to make sure that the Phillies paid top dollar for their DH. Doesn't matter. $30 million a year. Kyle Schwarber, he just came off of an MVP runner-up season. Kyle Schwarber is like a fine wine. He is aging beautifully. He's becoming a better hitter. His on-base percentage is going up. His home runs, he doesn't play a position. So the wear and tear on his body is just not there. So 5 years, I think that's great. I'm really happy that the Phillies didn't wait around because that puts you in a precarious situation, right? Say they do wait around. Tucker gets signed. Bellinger gets signed. Now, Schwarber's contract skyrockets immediately. So they set the tone, which is what I love to see. The Phillies set the tone in going to get him. That was awesome. 5 years, he'll be back in South Philly. Now, what's next, right? Because the Phillies aren't going to go and get another left-handed bat who can play the outfield, who's going to demand top dollar, right? Not saying that Bellinger or Tucker was really in the picture for the Phillies, but had Kyle Schwarber not signed, that is definitely a pivot they would have to look at. So those guys are out. Let's look at what the Phillies' next move could be, right? Already reports Ketel Marte. Diamondbacks listening to offers for Ketel Marte. The asking price they are wanting, supposedly, the reports are saying, Andrew Painter. Do that immediately. Give them Andrew Painter for the best second baseman in baseball. Ship Bryson Stott out. You'll have the best second baseman up the middle with Trey Turner. Beautiful, right? Get Stott out of there. Andrew Painter has done nothing at the major league level, right? He had surgery, went back to AAA, stunk, and never came up. The Phillies sold us on the fact that he would be up after the All-Star break. He's going to be in the World Series run. He's coming up sometime after the All-Star break, then stunk in AAA. I'm not big on hanging on to prospects and minor league players. The Phillies window is closing by the season. It's closing. So why hang on to a guy who you don't know could be damaged goods? I'm just not a big fan of hanging on to a guy without knowing this is generational. He's going to be up here very shortly. He's already injured. He was already injured. Stunk when he came back. So if you can go get the best second baseman for him, do it. Do it immediately. Third base, Alex Bregman. Alex Bregman would be a great addition to swap out Alec Bohm. Trade an Alec for an Alex. I like that. Because right now, the Phillies four-hitter, Alec Bohm. Alec Bohm is not a four-hitter. He's not. He has no power. Okay? There's no protection behind Bryce Harper. Your face of the franchise, there's no protection behind him. Nobody's afraid to throw to Alec Bohm. Nobody's afraid to throw to Castellanos. And he's more than likely going to be gone as well. But get a four-hitter. We need a four-hitter. Somebody batting behind Bryce Harper who can protect him. Alec Bohm, not that guy. That's my thoughts on that. Alex Bregman, Ketel Marte, that's a good-looking infield. Man, that would be nasty. One or the other, both. Obviously, that's a large ask. And then there's obviously going to be supplementary moves, secondary moves, right? The Harrison Baders, the I don't know, these guys that are going to kind of fill in. I thought Harrison Bader was a great trade deadline addition. Month. Come on this run with us. Help us out with your speed, with your defense, with your decent bat. Help us now into the postseason. I don't know how I feel about an entire season of Harrison Bader. I wouldn't mind it, but I think the value of him came at the trade deadline. That was his biggest value, is coming to a team who's already moving into the postseason and has a real shot at winning the Commissioner's Trophy. So remains to be seen on Harrison Bader, what happens there. Castellanos is getting, it would appear, I forgot who was saying it, would appear that the Phillies are more than likely going to give him a change of scenery, and it'll be good for Nick, and it'll be good for the Phillies. I never minded Nick Castellanos. People give him a lot of shit for being a right fielder and his defense, and I thought he was a fine right fielder. People saying, he's got no range, so that's why he never made any errors. It's kind of a bullshit argument if you ask me. But it looks like he's going to be gone. So that'll give room for some of the outfielders in the minor leagues right now. Notably, Justin Crawford. I don't know. My expectations for him are not very high from what I've seen, from what I've heard. I mean, I'm not going to pretend I watch fucking Iron Pigs, okay? I don't. But I listen to enough people that do, and it would appear that he doesn't have too much power. He's got speed, defense. So we'll see what that outfield looks like. But just a good day for Kyle Schwarber, for the Phillies, bringing him home. He'll be here for the next half decade. The Dodgers signed Edwin Diaz. We kind of saw that coming. Dodgers get stronger. And a lot of people, the Dodgers signed Edwin Diaz. That's great. But look what happened when they signed Tanner Scott. It's not guaranteed that this is, gonna work out for the best, right? When the Dodgers played the Phillies, they were so afraid to go to their bullpen. They had Roki Sasaki, Tyler Glasnow, all come in to pitch. Instead, Blake Trinan, instead of their bullpen, because they were so frightened of how bad they were. So, if you want to pay top dollar for a closer, for setup man, however you're gonna do that, more power to you. But it's a good day. Go Phils. Today's December 9th. Christmas is back on.